Tried a little bit of a harder count. And we got a whistle and a timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. Timeout, Breathitt County. We will take a 1-minute timeout. Back in one. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Breathitt County with 3rd and 3 coming up at the Letcher Central 37. Out of the wishbone, Stacy under center looking for Tenser over the middle. Has it complete. He'll break tackles and get it down to the 5-yard line where Breathitt County will have it 1st and goal.
Nice play out of the timeout. Caught the Cougars sleeping on that one.
That's what you see Belfry do a lot.
Yes.
Run, and throw.
Yeah. It works for them.
1st and goal for Breathitt County at the 5. They turn to give to Gibson out of the wishbone. Fighting his way. Looks like down near the 3-yard line where he'll go down. 2nd and goal coming up for the Bobcats.
Clock ticking at 8:35 to play in the first.
2nd and 3. They got 2nd and 5 on the board. I think he's having some issues with the scoreboard. Our graphic is pulling that from the scoreboard. There it goes, 2nd and 3. From the 3-yard line. Breathitt County again out of the wishbone, ball on the left hash. Turn, give to Combs. Corey Combs into the end zone for a touchdown, Breathitt County.
That score comes at the 8:18 mark. 6-0 Bobcats.
You get a little bit of a replay going on on YouTube as you'll see Combs punch it into the end zone.
Well, it's another feature.
Yeah, we get
it.
We get it going as Breathitt County at the 8:18 mark with the 6-0 lead. Terry on to kick the extra point. It's up, good, and Breathitt County leads it 7-0. 8:18 to play in the first quarter. Back in one. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
County with a 7-0 lead over Letcher Central as Terry will kick it away to be fielded at the 5-yard line. Try to get the number of the return man here just in a second. Number 2, I believe. That's Brown.
Gavin Brown, number 2.
And he'll get it up across the 25, but there was a flag on the play, and we'll get that just in a minute.
Yeah, on this, our WJSN streaming, the new feature is the replay. Go to YouTube, type in WJSN 97.3, This picture is clear as it can be, and you will like it if you go to the YouTube and type in WJSN 97.3. You will be impressed.
As the penalty was against Letcher Central, and it's a personal foul against the Cougars. And it'll still be 1st and 10 when play starts for Letcher Central.
Backs the Cougars up.
So they'll be at their own 13-yard line. As Letcher out of the gun. Going to hand it off. Started up the middle, now coming near side. That is Matthews. A lot of room to run, and Breathitt County bring him down after he crosses the 35 up at the 38.
Big run by the Cougars.
So 1st and 10 after a 25-yard game. They more than got their penalty back.
Perfect night for high school football. 7-0 Bobcats leading. 8:01 to play in the first.
They're going to go back to the gun. Empty backfield as they have it complete on the far side to Smith. And he's going to be near first down yardage. Oh, he's got first down yardage. Looks like he's going to be up to the 49 of Breathitt County. The pass was complete from Holbrook to Smith for the Cougars.
Number 18, Brett Smith, junior.
They're going to set it down at the 48. He's near first down yardage. And they're going to call it 1st and 10. At least that's what I thought they called it. No, they're going to call 2nd down. 2nd and less than a yard. Out of the pistol. Holbrook going to turn. Give to Matthews. He's going to be wrapped up and dropped for a loss. Back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 2.
Yeah, Matthews didn't get his feet turning fast enough on that one. That was a slow motion. Credit to the Bobcat defense.
Breathitt County trying to get that defense off the field. 3rd and 4 coming up. I've got 3rd and 3 on my thing here, but either way, 3rd down and something coming up for Letcher Central. Out of the pistol, Holbrook running the option, coming near side. I want to say that's Williams. That is number 10, Williams, Quentin Williams. Takes a big hit, stays on his feet. First down yardage down at the 45 of Breathitt County. It was a gain of 10. And Letcher Central still driving the football.
Williams is a junior for Letcher. Bobcats dressed in their home blues. Letcher, white jersey, blue pants.
They have black helmets for Letcher, white helmets for Breathitt as Cougars come out, ball on the right hash. Out of the gun. Matthews left side of Holbrook in the backfield. There's a snap. Holbrook rolling left, looking to throw. Has a man open, but it's wide. It goes incomplete.
Intended for Branham.
A lot of speed from this Letcher Central football team.
Yeah, I agree, Steve. This team is fast. The Bobcats led last year all first half.
Yeah, they jumped out ahead 20-6, and Letcher Central came back to win 28-20 or 29-20 or something like that.
Yeah, I think Spurrier had a really good first half.
As the Cougars come out in pistol formation. 6:17 and clock stopped here in the first as Holbrook will turn, give to Matthews. Matthews up the middle. He'll get tackled short of the first down, but it'll be at the 38. There's a gain of 7, so it'll be 3rd and manageable for the Cougars.
Matthews getting positive yardage against this Bobcat defense. 5:55 to play in the first. 7-0 Bobcats leading. Yeah, I also on the streaming, Steve, like the bottom line here with the scores, like Lexington Catholic playing Boyle County. Our good friend Justin Haddix, the big-time game tonight. Prestonsburg, a Bobcat foe, plays Betsy Lane.
As Holbrook going to give it to Matthews, going left side. Breathitt County there and drops him for a loss. See where they mark it down. The 42, I believe, where they're going to mark him down. As Breathitt County forcing the Cougars into another fourth down here. There's a loss of 4. So 4th and 7 coming up for Letcher Central.
Good job by that Bobcat defense.
Ball at the Breathitt County 42. Line to gain is the Breathitt County 35. Going to be out of the gun. Matthews going to be left side of Holbrook. Holbrook, a freshman for Letcher Central, the quarterback. Trying to draw Breathitt County offsides with a hard snap count. They did not get it. Under 5 to play in the first quarter. Still 7-0 Breathitt County. Ball on the left hash for the Cougars. 4th and 7. Williams goes in motions from right to left. Holbrook looking to pass. Going down the middle of the field. Breathitt County there to knock it down. That is Kylan Combs to knock it down for the Bobcats. And Breathitt County with 4:34 to play. Quarter number 1 will get the ball back after the defense comes up with a stop.
Good job of that Bobcat defense.
So Breathitt County will take over 1st and 10 at their own 42. So good. Go ahead.
Breathitt County leading 7-0. $4:34 to play here in the first quarter.
Breathitt County with the football. Out of the gun, Stacy. Shovel pass up the middle, has it complete to Gibson. Gibson across the 45. We'll get it down, or it's going to be up to the 49-yard line, looks like. Good gain on first down. That was a gain of 7. We'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Gibson gets those tough yards for the Bobcats.
4:13 and counting, quarter number 1. Breathitt County scored on their opening drive. They got a stop on Letcher's opening drive on turnover on downs. And Breathitt County now trying to add to their lead. Going to be out of the shotgun. Got halfbacks on each side of Stacy in the backfield. They're going to give it to Turner. Isaac Turner going right side. He gets to the 50, and he got hit hard.
Yes, he did. He got drilled hard.
As this is a gain of 1 on the play, and that will bring up 3rd and 2 for the Bobcats.
Letcher defense read that.
We approach 3.5 to play here in the first. Ball on the right hash for the Bobcats. 3rd and 2 coming up.
Play clock, Steve, must not be.
It's not working. The guy that normally runs it is had some things he had to get done tonight. He's out of state. So, yeah, he's not running the play clock tonight. Out of the gun. Breathitt County going to give it to Gibson. Gibson going to force his way up across the 50. He's got first down yardage inside the 30 of Letcher Central, down to the 29, 28-yard line, looks like. See where they mark it down officially. I believe they're going to set it at the 29. 1st and 10 for Breathitt County on a 21-yard pickup on 3rd and 2.
Big run by Gibson.
A sophomore for the Bobcats.
Sophomore.
So ball on the left hash for Breathitt County. 2:52 and counting in the first. Bobcats lead it 7-0. 1st and 10. Out of the gun. Stacy with the snap. Gives to Gibson. Gibson starts the middle. Cuts right. Upfield. Runs over a defender and goes down at the 15. Gain of 14 on 1st and 10 that time. And they're going to mark it at the 15. And Breathitt County 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Gibson playing a great first quarter for the Bobcats. Positive yards.
Breathitt County looking to the sideline, waiting for the play call to come in. Bobcats, even though they don't huddle all the time, they doesn't necessarily mean that they are in a hurry. There's a snap out of the gun. Stacy hands it off to Gibson coming near side. I think he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Mark him down for 2nd and 10 at the 15.
Yeah, Gibson getting those holes usually from his offensive line. 1:43 to go, 7-0. Bobcats look sharp here early on. I guess the biggest game in the state tonight we mentioned earlier is probably Lexington Catholic and Boyle County.
Yeah, that's a big one going on over in Danville this evening, as the Bobcats have it 2nd 10 from the Letcher 15. Stacy looking to throw. Started the run, pulls it down, and gets it complete to Corey Combs. He'll punch it in the end zone right by that left front pylon, and Breathitt County with 1:17 on the clock here in quarter number 1. They take a 2-score lead, 13-0.
Bobcats executing well. 13-0, 1:17 to play, like Steve said. That's Curry for the extra kick point.
Extra point kick is up. They say no good, as Breathitt County's lead is 13-0. We'll take a 1-minute break. Back in 1 minute. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Breathitt County set to kick it away, as it'll be Gibson with the squib kick. Breathitt County a chance to pick it up. They do.
Picked up by number 3, Eli Crisp, I think.
It was. And Breathitt County gets the ball back at midfield.
Well, I thank Sandman Sanders Turner for watching on our YouTube page this evening. The Sandman. How about those special teams from the Bobcats?
Absolutely. So far, every aspect of the game for the Bobcats has had something big going. They've got it 1st and 10 at midfield after an onside kick by the special teams that Breathitt County recovered.
13-0 Bobcats leading.
Going to be out of the gun. Stacy rolling to his right. Flips it to Caden Boland, who's back tonight healthy. Bowling will get it into Cougar territory. He went down with an injury in the first game. It's his first action since. And they're going to mark him out at the 45 of the Cougars.
Good to see Caden Bowling, a 5'11", 185-pound senior. .109 to play here in the first.
Breathitt County 2nd and 5. They lead 13-0 here. As Stacy with the snap, going to give it on the end around to Turner. There's going to be a hold on Breathitt County. Turner's going to break this, but it's coming back, as Turner does get it into the end zone, but we'll check the flag. Cannon fires, all that good stuff. But
probably bring this one back, I imagine.
So there you go.
But Turner with a explosive speed.
We've got holding against Breathitt County. Should take it back to the Breathitt County 45 and bring up 2nd and 15 for the Bobcats.
Bobcats clicking on all cylinders.
Starting to get a few scores coming in. Appreciate that, Brandon Griffith, helping us out.
Thank
59 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter. Breathitt County with a 13-0 lead over Letcher Central. Bobcats will motion Holland into the backfield to give it to him going right side. Holland gets it up to the 48, but a gang tackle from Letcher Central, and that's going to be all he gets. A gain of 3 to bring up 3rd and 12 for Breathitt County.
Carter Holland, a sophomore, 5'10", 160 pounds, wears number 4. 30 seconds to play in the first.
Breathitt County ball on the right hash with a 13-0 lead here in the first quarter, like James said. Out of the gun, trips to the left, one wide receiver to the right. That is Sperry. By himself to the right side. Here's Stacy. Look like he's trying to set up a screen. Now trying to loft it over to Sperry, but just out of the reach there, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Breathitt County's going to have to punt.
10 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Bobcats leading 13-0 over Letcher Central.
That play was there. Just got to get that timing down.
Yeah, like Steve said, nice play call from the Bobcats sideline.
Bobcats in punt formation. Terry back to punt for Breathitt County. There's a snap. Put a foot to it, and it will bounce at the 20, and Letcher Central will pick it up at the 15 and get it up to the 25. Who was that on the return for the Cougars? Decent return. I believe it was number 18, Brett Smith, on the return. That's the end of the first quarter. Breathitt County leads 13-0 after 1. We'll take a 1-minute break. Come back in 1 for quarter number 2. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Breathitt County leads it 13-0 over Letcher Central. Cougars have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They're going to be in the gun. Holbrook with a halfback on each side. Going to hand it off to 34 Howard. He'll get it near the 30-yard line, if not the 30-yard line.
I got some scores from the Sandman. Belfry up 7-0 on McGoffin. Estill 6, Lawrence 0, Corbin 14, Hazard 0, Bull 7, Lexington Catholic 0, Prestonburg, Betsy Lane 7-0 now. Thank you, Brandon Griffith, and thank you, Sandman Sanders Turner. 13-0 Bobcats leading.
Letcher Central with 2nd and 4. Long 4, short 5 coming up. It's in between. Put Williams in motion from right to left, and Holbrook looking to throw out of the gun, looking in the middle of the field. Breathitt County there.
Almost picked off.
It went through the hands of one safety and off the shoulder pad of the intended receiver and falls incomplete. Brings up 3rd and about 4 or 5 for Letcher Central.
Stops the clock at 11:10. Bobcats playing their best football in the last game, and so far this game getting ready for Somerset in district play next Friday here at the Riverbank.
As Letcher Central, 3rd and a long for empty set in the backfield. Holbrook has it complete on the right side. Has the first. That's Brown, Gavin Brown with the reception.
The junior.
And first down yardage.
Yeah, Gavin Brown, a junior.
Gets it up to the 33 of Letcher Central. Excuse me, 38, I apologize.
Clock under 11 in the second quarter.
Cougars in the gun. Ball on the right hash. There's a snap. Howard gets the carry. Going right side in the Breathitt County territory. Upended as he crossed the 45. Going to be brought down near the 42 of the Bobcats.
Garrett Howard, a sophomore, 5'11", 170 pounds.
We're going to mark it at the 42 of Breathitt County. There's a gain of 20 and brings up 1st and 10 again for Letcher Central.
Big run by the Cougars.
There's a snap. Holbrook hands it off to that is Matthews. Matthews going right side to get it down near the 35. It's a gain of about 7. Well, they're going to mark him down at the 37. I apologize. It's a gain of 5.
2nd and 5 for the Cougars. Under 10 to play. Cougars are getting some yards here on this Bobcat defense.
As out of the gun, halfbacks on each side of Holbrook. They're going to give it to Matthews again, going right side. They see something over there, and they're getting chunks of yardage as Matthews with first down yardage inside the 30, down near the 27 of Breathitt County.
Attacking that one side, Steve.
Yes, they are, and that's a short side of the field as well.
.9:30 to play, 13-0. Bobcats leading.
Out of the gun again, Holbrook on 1st and 10. High snap, hands it to Matthews. He'll go right side as well on this one as well. And this time he'll get it down to the 25, a gain of about 2. And Breathitt County that time able to get to him before he got very much yardage.
Letcher keeping this ball on the ground.
Ball on the right hash for 2nd and 8 for the Cougars. Empty backfield for Holbrook. Trips to the left. There's a snap. Looking to throw. Coming in near side, and Breathitt County with safety over top on man coverage. The pass will go incomplete and bring up 3rd and 8. Probably 4-down territory, however, for Letcher Central. Breathitt County leads it 13-0.
And good defense by them safeties. Steve by the Bobcat safety. Clock stopped at 8:34. Bobcats leading 13-0.
Letcher Central getting the play call in as Holbrook breaks the huddle for 3rd and 8. Ball sitting on the Breathitt County 25. It's on the right hash. Breathitt County still at 13-0 lead. Again, empty backfield. Trying to draw Breathitt County off sides with a hard snap count. Breathitt County does not jump. We've got a timeout on the field. We will take the timeout with them. Back in 1 minute. Breathitt County with a 13-0 lead. Back in 1. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
3rd and 8 coming up for Letcher Central. Ball at the Breathitt County 25. Again, got to imagine this is 4-down territory for the Cougars. They're going to be empty set in the backfield. It's the ball on the right hash. There's a snap. Holbrook going to roll to his right. And not sure who the intended receiver was there. Maybe Brown as it goes incomplete and brings up 4th and 8 for Letcher Central.
Stops the clock at 8:30 to play in the second quarter.
Like I said, 4-down territory for Letcher Central, being at the Breathitt County 25. Be a good place for that Bobcat defense to get another stop and force a turnover on downs.
Absolutely.
Cougars break the huddle, trips to the right. Matthews, I think that's Matthews, left side of Holbrook to put a man in motion. That's Williams from right to left. That goes twins each way. Holbrook looking to throw down the far sideline. That ball will be incomplete. Breathitt County had a man there, but he slipped and fell. And Cougars will turn it over on downs. The Bobcats defense stands tall. Take over again, 1st and 10, this time at their own 25-yard line. They lead it 13-0, and looking to add to that.
Bobcat defense, like you said, held on. $8:25 to play in the first. Do want to remind everyone we are streaming. Go to YouTube, type in WJSN 97.3.
Breathitt County out of the gun. 2 wideouts each way. Gibson right side of Stacy. They give it to Gibson. Gibson up the middle. They get it across the 30, up to about the 31-yard line before going down. Gain of right around 6. Bring up 2nd and 4 for Breathitt County.
Clock closing in on 8 minutes to play in the first. Game moving right along. Felt the wind starting to change here, Steve.
Breathitt County again out of the gun. 2 wideouts each way. That's Sperry this time with the snap, trying to come near side. And it gets it back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard. He might have got to the 32. And it's going to be the 32-yard line, so to bring up 3rd and 3.
Bobcats, some new looks here in the last couple of games in the offense.
Sperry still in at the QB spot for the Bobcats. As Breathitt County going to be in the gun. Ball on the right hash. 3rd and 2 coming up for Breathitt County. 7:10 to play in the first half. Bobcats lead it 13-0, regardless of what my graphic says at the bottom of the YouTube channel. There's the handoff to Gibson. He's got the first and will pow his way up to the 40-yard line. Gain of 8.
Bobcats has had a lot of success keeping the football on the ground.
And Breathitt County again not going to the huddle, but not necessarily in a hurry. Out of the gun. H-back, wide out to the right. 2 wide outs to the left. Sperry gets a snap. Hands it off to Gibson. Gibson coming near side. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be all. 2nd and 10 coming up for Breathitt County. They're keeping the ball on the ground tonight are the Bobcats so far.
And done well.
Done very well with it.
6:30 to play here in the first half.
Breathitt County with a 13-0 lead over Letcher Central. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Breathitt County Bobcats at their own 40-yard line. Power set will be right side of Sperry in the backfield. Looks like Corey Combs, the fullback. Dotting that I will be Gibson. They hand it to Gibson going left side, room to run. He's going to be brought down at the 49. I'm not sure why they're waving to stop the clock. They shouldn't really stop the clock unless they're going to mark it at the 50, and that's where they are going to mark it. They're going to say he's got first down yardage.
Oh, yeah, that big offensive line for the Bobcats, 74, Chris Neese, 68, Waylon Abner, 59, Jacob Parker,
Breathitt County 1st and 10 at midfield.
76, the center, Evan Miller.
H-back, wide out to the right, 2 wide outs to the left. Sperry in the gun. Going to hand it off to Caden Bowling. Coming near side, Bowling will break a tackle. He's going to be dropped for a loss. He was hit back at the 48 not long after he got the handoff. And it's going to be a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 for Breathitt County.
Yeah, I mentioned Sawyer Hall, 64. Versus Letcher, his brother suffered that injury.
Yeah, last year.
Yeah.
And it, as a senior, that was the last game he got to play in. As Stacy going to come back in at the QB spot for Breathitt County. 5:14 and counting in the first half. Bobcats lead it 13-0. Stacy with the snap. Looking for a shovel pass up the middle. Has it complete to Corey Combs. Combs following blockers. Gets it inside the 45 of Letcher Central. Going to mark him down at the 42 or 43-yard line. It'll be 43, and it'll be 3rd and 3 coming up for Breathitt County.
Bobcats leading 13-0 over Letcher. 4:40 to play here in the first half.
Ball near the middle of the field. Breathitt County leading 13-0 over the Cougars. Stacy with the handoff out of the gun. Gives it to Corey Combs. Combs looks to have first down yardage, as I believe they're going to mark him down at the 40-yard line. They needed 3, and he got 3. Be 1st and 10 for Breathitt County.
A big game out of Louisville. Trinity 7, St. X 0. Thank you, Sandman.
Breathitt County with that 13-0 lead at the moment over the Cougars. Have it. No, they say he was short of the 40, and it'll be 4th and inches coming up. Timeout on the field. We'll take the timeout with them. Back in 1 minute. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Breathitt County with 4th and inches coming up. As they're going to turn, hand it off to Gibson. He's got the first inside the 40, down near the 36, 37-yard line. For Breathitt County, will have it 1st and 10. See where they sit it down exactly.
Bobcats moving that ball. Want to give a shout out and thank you to my cousins up there in Wooster, Ohio, way up there above Cleveland, tuning in to our YouTube channel. Ricky Lee Smith and Logan A. Turner. Logan Turner and Ricky Smith. Thank you guys for tuning in to WJSN 97.3 on YouTube. Thank you, boys.
Here's a snap out of the gun. Stacy looking to pass, trying to go deep, wanting to get it to Holland, but that pass is incomplete.
Almost picked
and
off.
Smith there to knock that down. He went through his hands, actually. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10 for Breathitt County. 3:21 on the clock here, quarter number 2. Breathitt County still leading 13-0, trying to add to that lead. But like we said last year, James, Breathitt County had a 20-6 lead.
Sure did.
Through much of the first half over the Cougars.
Played well.
And then second half, it was Letcher Central that came out and took over.
Yeah, I think
Jonah Little
took over the second half.
Mr. Everything for Letcher Central last year.
4A Player of the Year.
He deserved it. Gibson going to be right side of Stacy in the backfield for 2nd and 10. They got two wideouts each way. Trying to set up something to Isaac Turner. He's got it complete. inside the 30, and I believe we've got flags in 2 spots, so I'm not going to score this play just yet.
Yeah, we'll see what's going on.
We might have offsetting penalties.
Yeah.
One each way, but you never know how the
minds of an official.
Yeah.
What the officials see, you never know.
Let's see what this is. They have a huddle right around the 25. He was down at the 26, 27 maybe, 27-yard line where they've got it marked. But like I said, flags on each side or different spots on the field. And I want to say it's going to be offsetting penalties one each way. So you've got pass interference against defense. You've got face mask against Breathitt County, offsetting penalties, and that's kind of what I was thinking. So second down coming up once again, 2nd and 10.
Update some scores. LCA 28, Louisville Shawnee 0, Corbin 28, Hazard 0, Bull 14, Lexington Catholic 7, Sandman Turner with the scores.
Ball on the left hash for 2nd and 10 after offsetting penalties. Breathitt County going to be in the gun. Wide out, H-back to the left, 2 wide outs to the right. Gibson right side of Stacy. Stacy looking to pass. Trying to get it complete near side. Whoa!
Oh, man.
Tencher had it, and then when he hit the ground, ball popped out. Goes incomplete, brings up 3rd and 10 for the Breathitt County Bobcats. Appreciate everybody tuning in on YouTube. As if you didn't know, we are streaming live. You can go and check us out on YouTube, youtube.com. If you got the app, you can pull it up. Just search WJSN 97.3. It'll be probably the first search that comes up.
And replay added, Steve, which is a great feature. Thank you.
We've had 1 replay so far tonight.
We
We're
like
hoping
it,
for
Steve.
more.
Keep it going, Steve.
Out of the gun, 3rd and 10 coming up for Breathitt County. They're going to hand it off to Gibson. Gibson coming near side. Going to get it down near the 30. Maybe inside the 30, near the 29-yard line. It'll bring up 4th and manageable for Breathitt County. Going to mark it at the 29-yard line. As it will be 4th and 3 coming up for Breathitt County.
Morgan not scoreless. East Carter 24-0 over Jenkins. 2:35 here. Bobcats 13, Letcher 0.
Breathitt County in the gun. Stacy has Gibson to his right. 2 wide outs to the right as well. Actually, you've got a power set right side of Stacy. Fullback is Corey Combs. And we got a timeout on the field. 2:18 to play here in quarter number 2. We will take a 1-minute break. Back in 1. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Breathitt County with 4th and 3 coming up as we come out of the timeout. They're going to be in the gun. Halfbacks on each side of Stacy in the backfield. Combs to his left, Gibson to his right. Looks like they're going to go with the end around to Holland, trying to get to that corner, and Letcher Central will force him out of bounds. Breathitt County will turn it over on downs. He went out at the 33 of Letcher Central, so Cougars will take over from that spot, their own 33-yard line. It was a loss of 4 for Breathitt County.
Yeah, the Letcher read that well.
See where they sit. Yeah, they are sitting at the 33. So the Cougars, 1st and 10. Breathitt County leading 13-0.
.2:13 to play.
Cougars give it to, that's Holbrook with the keeper. He's got a lot of room to run down that far sideline, cuts back inside. Breathitt County will run him down from behind, drop him at the 12 as, who was that? Kylan Combs, yes. And big play on first down for Letcher Central. They'll have it 1st and 10 just outside the Breathitt County 10. Looks like at the 12 of the Bobcats. It was a gain of 55 yards.
2:01 to play.
First and 10 for Letcher Central. Holbrook out of the gun. Puts Williams in motion from right to left. They hand it off to Matthews, right side. He'll patiently go upfield. Ball pops out.
Loose. We'll see if it's dead or not.
Breathitt County says they have it.
Let's see.
Hadn't heard a whistle till just then. And officials trying to see, as usually when it takes this long, it's going to be the offense keeping possession, and it is going to be 2nd down.
Yeah.
They're gonna say stop the clock as the ball got down to the 9. That was a gain of 3. And we've got a timeout on the field. Let's take a timeout as well. Let's take a 30-second break. We will be back in 30 seconds. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
7.3. Think about scores 13-0, Steve, but Letcher is knocking on that door.
Yeah, they've got 2nd and 7 coming up at the 9-yard line of Breathitt County.
That's what they said. 143.
They're going to put time back on the clock. They're saying 143 back on to the clock.
Wow.
That's a lot of time.
20 more seconds. Mercy. I guess.
That 20 seconds they're adding back on.
That makes a world of difference.
So what they're saying is, I guess the clock, they wanted the clock to stop when that ball was on the field when Letcher recovered. But if the offense recovers, the clock isn't necessarily supposed to stop. As they've got 2nd and 7 coming up for Letcher Central. Ball at the Breathitt County 9. They can get a first. They want to score. Ball on the right hash. Breathitt County leads it 13-0 at the moment. 1:23 to play in the first half. Breathitt County won the toss at the start of the game, elected to receive, so the Cougars could get a twofer here if they score and get the ball back to start.
It's a possibility here, yeah. And waiting for the clock to adjust.
Well, they've been having some technical difficulties with the clock before the game. They had a hard time getting it started, as trying to reset it now. And yeah.
Clock won't reset, according to the father of time, Mr. Hubert Hurdle.
In more ways than one, right?
1972 graduates.
There you go. There you go.
They just give up on it?
I guess. Ball on the right hash for 2nd and 7 for Letcher Central. Halfback on each side of Holbrook, and there's a flag. False start. It's going to be against the Cougars. And that'll take it back to the 14-yard line where it'll be 2nd and 12.
Newport 8, Lower Memorial 7. Covington Catholic 40-0 over Holmes. 1:23 to play in this Second quarter.
What the board says. They wanted to put
143. They couldn't do that. They just give up on it.
yeah. As there's a snap. They're going to give it to 46 Johnson going right side. He'll get it back to the 10-yard line.
That's Colby Johnson, 5'10" junior, 132. Now, Steve, the clock's on. It's,
there you go.
There we go. 131 to play.
And timeout on the field. Timeout, Cougars. We'll take another timeout with them. Let's take another 30-second timeout. Back in 30. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
97.3 here, Steve. Kinkle Mountain Sports. 91 seconds to play in this first half.
Breathitt County with a 13-0 lead at the moment over Letcher Central. Cougars 3rd and 8 at the Breathitt County 10. Ball on the right hash. 1:31 on the clock here in the second quarter. Put a man in motion. That's 18 Smith, but I believe, did Holbrook keep it? No, he gave it to Smith. And Smith is going to be stopped at the 11. Letcher Central will take a timeout. We'll keep it here. As Breathitt County trying to get a stop on, and another turnover on downs by Letcher Central. 4th and 9 coming up. The ball right at the 11-yard line. And the Breathitt County defense so far tonight has been bend but don't break.
Held, yes.
And they've done really well with that so far tonight. They've forced a couple of turnovers on downs and all that so far, keeping it at 0 with that 13-0 lead. They're going to say the ball's at the 10-yard line as opposed to the 11, so it'll be 4th and 8 for the Cougars.
1:21 to play.
We've mentioned it before the game started. Last game of the regular season before Breathitt County gets into district play.
That's correct.
As next week they'll have the Somerset coming in.
Somerset's playing Lincoln County right now.
It'll be Somerset next week, then the bye week. And then Breathitt County coming out of the bye week will have Leslie County at home. Last home game of the regular season. Then they go on the road to finish it as they go to Danville.
And Prestonsburg.
And then Prestonsburg.
On senior night.
4th and 8 for Letcher Central as they come out onto the field. Ball on the right hash. 1:21 to play in quarter number 2. Out of the gun. Tight end and 2 wideouts to the left. Holbrook with the snap. Looking to throw. Breathitt County gets pressure, but
you catch that? It
got tipped. Did he catch it? They say he did.
I thought he bobbled it.
That was Williams with the catch. 1:15 to play in the second quarter. And Letcher Central on the board. 13-6 Breathitt County at the moment. See what the Cougars do as far as
Letcher Central fans got some
confetti.
Confetti.
That's what you see in front of the camera on the YouTube channel.
Not snowflakes, orange snowflakes, but confetti.
Emma Adams on to attempt the extra point for Letcher Central. There's a snap, hold down, kick is up. It is good.
Emma Adams.
13-7, Breathitt County leads with 1:15 to play in the first half. Back in 1, this is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Breathitt County's lead has been cut down to 13-7. 1:15 to play in the first half as the Cougars will kick it away. Squib kick. Breathitt County picks it up at the 27-yard line. They'll get it across the 35, up near the 40 before going down. And the Bobcats will get it 1st and 10 there. Decent field position.
68 seconds to play in the first half.
They say Braden Barnett was the return man for Breathitt County. They do mark it at the 40. Nope, 39. As soon as I say they do, they don't, right? 1st and 10 for the Bobcats. Out of the gun, 2 wideouts each way. Sperry going to hand it off to Gibson. And he slips and falls going left. Tried to cut it back up the middle of the field, and he's going to go down at the 38. It's a loss of 1.
You know, that dude's starting to fall too, Steve.
Yeah.
So it's the field, even though dry, will start to get slick.
2nd and 11 is what I've got. They've got 2nd and 10 on the board. It's at the 38. There it is, 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, 2 wideouts each way. Sperry keeps it this time, coming near side. Room to run. Has the first and will drive down at the 46, near the 45 of Letcher Central. Clock at 30 seconds. They stopped it for the chains.
Now
it's at the 45 of Letcher Central. There's a snap. Sperry rolling near side, looking to throw. And it will be intercepted by number 13, Branham, near the 30-yard line. He'll be tackled at the 33. Nope, I'm going to say 25 is where it's intercepted.
$15 seconds to play here in the first half. $13-7. As you said, Steve, Letcher will have the ball starting the third.
Yeah, and they're going to see if they can get something big here to close this out with 15 seconds. They're going to be out of the gun. Matthews right side of Holbrook. Ball in the middle of the field, trips to the right. 1 wide receiver to the left. There's a snap. Holbrook looking to throw. Has it complete to Matthews, who gets hit and gets forced out of bounds at the 43-yard line. So he got it right at first down yardage. I think he got the first.
Stops the clock at 8 seconds.
Ball will be on the right hash. They'll get 1, maybe 2, depending on how quickly they could maybe get it completed on the sideline, get it out. But it could be just 1 more play, depending on how long it takes.
Absolutely.
Out of the gun, 2 wideouts each way. Halfback left side of Holbrook. That's Matthews in the backfield. There's a snap. Holbrook looking to throw. Setting up deep. Trying to go in the middle of the field. And Breathitt County will get their hands on it, but it will stop the clock with 2 seconds as Breathitt County unable to hold on to that one.
Barnett batted that down.
2nd and 10. With 2 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Breathitt County with that 13-7 lead over Letcher Central. Ball sitting at the Cougar 43 as they'll get 1 more play before halftime.
Letcher made some adjustments on offense, haven't they?
Yeah, pistol formation, 2 wideouts each way. They put a man in motion from right to left. They hand it to him. That is Smith. And he's still on his feet coming near side. He'll be brought down at the Breathitt County 35, but that will be the end of the first half. Breathitt County leads it 13-7 as we go to the break. We will take a 2-minute break, come back with some halftime stats. Back in 2, this is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
We'll run down some halftime stats for each team here. Breathitt County, 117 yards on the ground, 63 through the air. That's 180 with 9 first downs in the first half for the Bobcats. Letcher Central had 162 on the ground, 137 through the air, giving them 199. Total offensive yards in the first half, 10 first downs for the Cougars through the first 2 quarters. Going to run down individual stats real quick. Do first the Letcher Central Cougars. For Letcher Central, Gunnar Holbrook, 4 of 11 passing, 37 yards, 37 passing yards, does have 1 TD completion. For Letcher Central receiving, Isaac Matthews, 1 for 10. Quentin Williams, 1 for 10 and a touchdown. Gavin Brown, 1 reception for 8 yards. Brett Smith, 1 for 9. On the ground, Letcher Central led by Holbrook in yardage, 1 carry, 55 yards. Isaac Matthews, 8 carries, 46 yards. Colby Johnson had 1 carry for 4. Quentin Williams, 1 for 10. Garrett Howard, 2 for 25. And Brett Smith, 2 for 22. For Breathitt County, Austin Sperry, 0 for 1 passing, did have the 1 interception. Dylan Stacy, 4 of 7 passing, 63 yards, and a touchdown pass. Receiving for Breathitt County, Brady Tincher has 1 reception for 32 yards. Corey Combs, 2 for 24, and a touchdown. And then Jaden Gibson, 1 for 7. On the ground, Breathitt County led by Jaden Gibson, 14 carries, 84 yards. Corey Combs, 4 carries, 12 yards, and a score. Isaac Turner, 1 carry for 1. Carter Holland, 2 carries, minus 1 yards. And is that all of them? Caden Bowling, 2 for 3. Going to run down some offensive numbers real quick. Breathitt County has run 33 plays for 180 yards, an average of 5.5. Letcher Central, 26 plays for 199, an average of 7.7. Bobcats are 4 of 7 on 3rd down. Letcher Central, 2 of 5. Breathitt County, 1 of 2 on 4th down conversions. And the Cougars, 1 of 3. So there you go. Halftime score. Breathitt County leads it 13-7 over Letcher Central. And James, the Breathitt County defense has, for the most part, bend and don't break so far tonight. But the Cougars did get the 1 really nice catch, by the way, from Quentin Williams on that touchdown to pull within a score. And Breathitt County leads it 13-7.
Letcher made some adjustments in the second quarter, and this is going to be a real good ball game, Steve, in the second half. Got some updated scores. Trinity 14, St. X 7, Harlan 20, Pineville 7 in the second quarter. GRC 21-0 over Montgomery County, some local scores. Of course, Betsy Lane 7-0 over Prestonsburg.
Yeah, and there's some other scores that'll pop up there on the bottom of the screen. But we are at the half as Breathitt County leads Letcher Central 13-7. We're going to take about a 5-minute break. When we come back, we'll try to get some more scores throughout the area. So we will be back in 5 minutes. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex. We are at the half where Breathitt County leads Letcher Central 13-7, and going to run down some scores real quick that we have. And as you see the ones on the bottom of the screen, I want to add to that, Raceland over Newport Central Catholic, 20-0 at the half. West Carter in the Battle of Carter County, it's East Carter 28, West Carter 14 at the half. And Ashland leading Greenup County 34-7 at the half. Of course, you see there on the screen, Paintsville leading Leslie County 14-13. Halftime, Lexington Catholic, Boyle County tied at 14 at the half. And then Betsy Lane leading Prestonsburg 13-8 in quarter number 2. Trying to see if I can get some more scores. Looks like Johnson Central 28, Boyd County 14. Late second quarter. Christian Academy Louisville 28, Manual 7 in the third. Estill, and are they playing Lawrence County? Is that correct? Let me double check that. Estill with the lead, whoever they are playing, but I'll get that just in a second. It's 13-7 at the moment, and it is Estill playing Lawrence County, and Estill County leading at the moment 13-7 there. Same score we've got here. And, James, I said before the game I thought it'd be a good game. You know, you look at the score, Breathitt County with a 13-7 advantage. Offensive yards, Letcher 199, Breathitt 180. First downs, Letcher 10, Breathitt 9. Pretty even.
Yes, pretty even on paper. And we knew this going into the game, a pretty even matchup. And Bobcats have got a game on their hands here in the second half. Letcher makes some adjustments. I'm sure Kyle Moore and his staff will make some halftime adjustments. Letcher will start this half with the ball. So it's going to be a fun game here on the Riverbank.
Absolutely. Of course, last year, Breathitt County had the lead in the first half to see Letcher take it and go on the win in the second half. Let's hope it's not a repeat of last year's ball game. As we count down to the start of quarter number 3, you've got a little under 2 minutes on the clock here before they add 3 minutes before they start the third. So let's take a 4-minute break. We'll take a 4-minute break. Be back in 4 minutes with the third quarter. Back in 4. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
get ready for quarter number 3. Breathitt County leads Letcher Central 13-7 as the halftime clock is winding down. Breathitt County will be kicking off to start the third quarter, which we've seen Breathitt County onside kick once tonight. Could they do it again?
Absolutely.
And the way they line up, of course, Terry's the one that kicks it most of the time, but they line up with Terry and Gibson both opposite angles, so the receiving team doesn't necessarily know which one's going to kick as they both start to approach the ball. Then one takes over and the other one kind of backs off. As they count down the final seconds of halftime, Breathitt County in their all blues. Like James said, if you're listening on the radio, the blue jerseys and blue pants, white numbers, letters, white helmets, blue B. Letcher Central, the blue pants, white jerseys, blue numbers, black helmet. As Breathitt County will be kicking off from left to right.
13-7 here. We're ready for the second half action, third quarter.
Bobcats will tee it up. Terry will tee it up at the 40-yard line. Been a good ball game, and these games help this football team quite a bit.
Absolutely.
Breathitt County trying to get to 500, trying to get 3-3 on the year, 2-3 coming in. As Gibson set up on the right side of the football, like he may onside kick. Terry approaches, he'll kick it deep, and Letcher Central will not field it. That ball will go into the end zone for a touchback. So 1st and 10 for the Cougars at their own 20. And I'll say this, I think high school should catch up to the other levels of football where the touchbacks are coming out to the 25-yard line on kickoffs. That's just me. I think they should catch up to college and NFL and all that, bring it out to the 25.
That's a good point.
You'll see basketball change. We're talking about that at halftime. You'll see basketball this year change to 5 fouls in one quarter goes to the double bonus. As Letcher Central, 1st and 10 at their own 20. Holbrook in the gun. Puts a man in motion from left to right. Fakes it to him, keeps it, and up the field to going to get to about the 31 before being brought down.
Do you like that new high school rule? Don't know.
Fine with me. Every other level except for men's college basketball, but pretty well does that as well, including women's basketball, women's college.
Correct.
Men's college basketball, there's still some pushback on going to quarters.
Yeah, I wonder why.
And that's the only level that doesn't do quarters, so I don't know. Shotgun formation for the Cougars. H-back, wide receiver to the left, wide receiver to the right. Holbrook going to keep it. Is that Holbrook or is that Combs? Peyton Combs.
Yeah, it's Peyton Combs.
That is
number
Peyton
1,
Combs,
junior.
not number 7. As he ran it both times. And first down again up to the 48-yard line of Letcher Central. Picking up big yardage. And like we said in the first half, going to that right side, James. They keep going that way.
They found holes or a weakness or something they can exploit.
And maybe it's just the fact that that's their side of the field. It's their sideline.
Yeah.
They want to run everything that way. But yeah, I think they've got something on that side. Trips to the right. They put a man in motion. That's Williams from right to left. They give it to him. Coming near side. Breathitt County hits him in the backfield. They're going to bring him down, but I think he may cross the 50 and be brought down right around the 49 of Breathitt County. Depends on which official they look at. Coming to the near side, it's going to be midfield. Gain of 2 and bring up 2nd and 8.
Clock ticking at 11:15 now in this third quarter.
2nd and 7, they say. Cougars out of the pistol this time. Matthews behind Combs, and Matthews going to be dropped for a loss back at the original line of scrimmage, the 48 of Letcher Central. And 3rd and 10 coming up for the Cougars.
It's Tencher, I think, on the tackle. Bobcats leading Letcher Central 13-7.
3rd and 10 coming up for Letcher Central.
And we are streaming on WJSN 97.3. Go to YouTube, type out in.
Out of the gun, Holbrook. Or excuse me, that is Combs. Going play action, keeps it, goes right side again. Plenty of room to run, still on his feet. Still running inside the 30 of Breathitt County and be drugged down at the Breathitt County 20-yard line. And who was that? Isaac Turner on the tackle?
Yeah, Combs broke a few tackles on that. He's a 6 foot, 175-pound junior. Stops the clock at 10:06.
A gain of 32.
That's Paintsville's leading Letcher, 14-13. Bowl and Lexington Catholic tied up at the half.
Here's a handoff to Matthews in the backfield, and Breathitt County
Read that one
right
good.
there, Barnett to bring him down for a loss back near the 25-yard line. And that's where they set it down. That is a loss of 5.
9:30 to play in the third quarter.
Letcher Central breaks the huddle for 2nd and 15 at the Breathitt County 25. Breathitt County with that 13-7 lead. Out of the gun, Matthews left side of Combs. I think it's still Combs in there. Combs going to keep it up the middle, bouncing around. Breathitt County going to drop him at the 20 as ball pops out, and they're going to fall on it back at the 34.
Good Bobcat defense.
It was Bailey falling on it.
(13-7) Bobcat defense. Played well that possession. Played well.
Popping the ball out. It brings up 3rd and long for the Cougars, 3rd and 24.
Letcher taking her time on offense.
They're going to be in the gun. As Combs is a halfback to his right. Looking to throw, rolling right side. Throwing deep down the far side. Breathitt County tips it. They have a couple of defensive backs that will knock it down as they run into each other. And that will bring up 4th and long for the Cougars. It's an area of the field where you really like to go for it in high school football.
(8:10) to play in the second half. Third quarter, second half.
You're in the correct half. It's just
third quarter.
Yeah. Cougars on 4th and 24. Looking to pass. It's Holbrook, and that ball is going to fall incomplete. And Breathitt County's defense stands strong. They forced the Cougars to a turnover on downs, and the Bobcat offense back on the field. 1st and 10 at their own 34.
Good job by that Bobcat defense. (8:06) now in the third.
Breathitt County with the ball in the middle of the field at their own 34. 1st and 10. Handoff goes to Corey Combs. He'll get it across the 35 and up near the 38-yard line. Gain of around 4 yards for Breathitt County. I'll say 39. It is a gain of 5. 2nd and 5 coming up for the Bobcats.
Clock ticking, 7:45 in the third. Yeah, big win for the Bobcats to go into district play with a 2-game winning streak. But long way to go.
Out of the wishbone, Stacy under center, turns, gives it to Holland. Holland, a burst of speed, breaks through. It's a foot race. He's inside the 20, breaks another tackle, 10-5, touchdown Breathitt County.
The separation the Bobcats need, they just got it.
Absolutely.
That come at the 7:19 mark. Needed that separation by the Bobcats. (19-7) Bobcats leading. As
tried to get the replay on there, but it didn't go just yet.
James Ogden's back onto the field for the Bobcats. Number 79, senior.
Didn't work for me that time, James. I apologize. Breathitt County going to go for 2. Go overload, snap it straight to Corey Combs. He'll go right side. Is he in?
I think so.
2-point conversion is good. Make it 21-7, Breathitt County. We will be back in 1 minute. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Breathitt County getting ready to kick it away as they tee it up once again. Bobcats lead at 21-7 over Letcher Central with 7:19 to play. Quarter number 3. Terry approaches the football. He'll put a toe to it, kick it deep, be picked up at the 5. Get it across the 20 and up near the 30. That was number 18, Smith. On the return for Letcher Central, Colin Combs on the tackle for Breathitt County.
Bobcats needed that score earlier.
Going to mark it down at the 31. It was returning 26 yards for Letcher Central. Cougars. The ball near the left hash. Break the huddle. Out of the gun. That's Holbrook back at the QB spot. Put a man in motion. Smith to give it to Matthews. Matthews up the middle. And he'll stretch it out to the 35. Gain of 4. Brings up 2nd and 6. That Bobcat defense that time gave up a little bit of yards, but able to get to him, wrap him up, and bring him down.
Just a reminder, the world famous WJSN Sports Talk will be next Friday. Along with the Bobcats have home football games. Sports Talk will be on Friday during the home football games.
Second and 6 for the Cougars out of the gun. Williams goes in a little bit of a motion from right to left. They hand it off to Matthews once again. He'll get it near the 40. You're going to mark him down about the 38. Gain of around 3. Should be 3rd and 3 coming up for the Cougars as we are at 6:25 and counting here in the 3rd. Breathitt County leading 21-7. Real nice if the Bobcats could find a way to get another score and extend their lead.
68, Waylon Abner, 6'1", 260-pound sophomore back into the game for the Bobcats on that defensive line.
2 wideouts each way out of the gun. Give it to Smith. He gets hit in the backfield, breaks the tackle, and gets the first. Tough run by Smith as he's able to get it up to the 43. It was a gain of 5 on 3rd and 3. And it'll be 1st and 10 Cougars.
Stops the clock at 5:56. Bobcats leading 21-7.
Cougars break the huddle with 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line. Out of the gun, Holbrook high. Excuse me, that's Combs, high snap. Breathitt County there. Did they fall on it? They did.
I think they did.
Back at the 33 of Letcher Central, Breathitt County will take over 1st and 10.
Big mistake by Letcher, but Bobcat pressure caused that high snap, or the factor in that high snap. 21-7, 5:28.
They mark it at the 32-yard line where Breathitt County gets first. Who recovered that for the Bobcats?
I did not see.
Breathitt County run up the middle by Gibson. Get it inside the 30 down to about the 28-yard line. Gain of right around 4. If you can get 3-4 yards a carry, you can.
You're in good shape.
Yeah, you're going to get a lot of first downs and hold that football. Got about 2nd and 6, long 6, short 7 coming up for Breathitt County.
Under 5 minutes to play in the third quarter.
As Corey Combs gets the carry, he's going to dive forward to about the 26-yard line, gain right around 2 yards. Breathitt County trying to just keep churning.
Yeah, and taking seconds off this clock. .422 to play in the third.
3rd and 4 coming up for Breathitt County. Going to be out of the gun. Stacy, give it to Combs, going from right to left, and he'll be tackled for a loss. Back right around the 28-yard line, loss of 2. Bring up 4th down for Breathitt County.
Letcher read that well.
Fourth and 6. What I've got it for. That's what they've got it on the board as well. 3:44 and counting here in the third quarter. Breathitt County leading 21-7 over Letcher Central. They picked up a turnover just a little bit ago on a bad snap fumble. Breathitt County trips to the right. One wide receiver to the left. That's Sperry left side. Gibson in the backfield left of Stacy. But we got a whistle and a timeout. Timeout, Breathitt County. We'll take the timeout with them. Bobcats lead it 21-7 here in the third. Back in 1 minute. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Breathitt County, 4th and 6. Shovel pass up the middle, complete to Gibson. I don't think he's got enough for the first. Clock stop 3:18 here in the third. And I think it's going to depend on the spot. I don't know where they're marking it down at. And it's going to be marked at the 23, gain of 5, be short a yard of the first. And Letcher Central will take over after a turnover on downs by Breathitt County. Bobcats still leading 21-7. Big stand for the Letcher Central defense that time
Yes,
after
it
the
was.
turnover.
3:18 to play in the third. Still a lot of football left to be played. Letcher had those big runs here early in the third quarter.
Cougars out of the gun. Is that Holbrook
Nowhere
looking
to
for
go.
somebody
Yeah,
to give it
yeah.
to? Everybody ran off and left him. And he's going to be dropped for a loss back at the 20-yard line. Loss of 3.
Miscommunication by Letcher Central. We're under 3 minutes to play.
2nd and 13 for the Cougars. As Letcher Central with trips to the left, wide receiver to the right. Matthews right side of Holbrook. Holbrook looking to throw deep down that far sideline. A man there, but Breathitt County goes over. Did they make the interception? They do. Isaac Turner, is that who that is? That is.
Yes.
And Breathitt County will take over 1st and 10 at their own 47.
Good job by Turner.
Bobcat defense has come up with a couple of turnovers here in the second half.
Yes.
Going to mark it at the 46, looks like, of Breathitt County. Either way, still good field position to start this drive for the Bobcats. And that time, the safety over top looked like the man on the far sideline wide open. Turner, good closing speed, goes over and makes a nice play to get the interception.
Turner, one of the fastest players in the mountains.
1st and 10 for Breathitt County. Ball on the left hash, 2:31 to play in the third. Bobcats lead 21-7. Here's Gibson. He's going to get back to the line, maybe a yard, still pushing, keeping those feet going. They're going to mark him at the 48, looks like. Might be a gain of 2. Clock will keep running. Second 8, roughly, for Breathitt County. Ball near midfield. Nose of the football just shy of that 48-yard line of Breathitt County. 2 to play in the third, still 21-7. Bobcats. Again, check us out on YouTube if you haven't yet. Go to YouTube, search WJSN 97.3, and while you're there, subscribe to the channel if you've got a YouTube account. Breathitt County out of the gun here. 2 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. You give it to Caden Bowling. Bowling going to get back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to say lose a yard back at the 47.
Clay County, of course, is 5-0. They're trailing Rockcastle right now 29-20 over in Manchester. Pike Central 14, Floyd Central 12.
Betsy Lane over Prestonsburg at the moment, 19-8.
1:15 to play in this third quarter.
Breathitt County 21, Letcher Central 7. Bobcats out of the gun. They're going to have trips to the right, wide receiver to the left. And Bowling will be left side of Stacy in the backfield. He'll stay on the left. As Stacy looking to throw it to Turner on 3rd down. Turner with the catch. He gets upended back at the 46. Really not much there for the Bobcats, and they'll wind up probably having to punt here. That was a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up 4th and 10.
40 seconds to play. Bobcats leading 21-7.
Breathitt County is going back in punt formation. That'll be Braxton Terry back there to punt of the way for the Bobcats.
You can see his Bobcats improving game after game.
Oh,
now.
absolutely. 20 seconds and counting here in the third. There's a snap. Terry puts a toe to it. High punt at a bounce at the 25. Did Letcher Central touch it, or did Breathitt County touch it? It bounced and hit somebody, and we've got a flag here at the 40. They're going to say Breathitt County touched it, and they're going to mark it at the 26. Is that what it is?
9 seconds to play in the third.
26, where they got it sitting down. But the flag is near the 40. I don't know if that's one of those where they forced the man out of bounds, but they're walking it off against Letcher Central. It's a hold. Take it back to the 16.
Leslie 21, Paintsville 14. Boyle County 28, Lexington Catholic 21. 9 seconds to play in this third quarter.
Breathitt County leading 21-0. Letcher Central first and 10 at their own 16-yard line. Out of the gun. Matthews. Oh, there's a false start. Did they call it? Yes, they
got
do.
him, yeah.
That was the tight end on the near side. Take it back to the 11. It'll be first and 15 for Letcher Central. Well, Letcher Central not having a good quarter offensively here in the third.
No.
Breathitt County leads it 21-7. 9 seconds to play in the third quarter. Out of the gun. Holbrook with the snap. Keeps it. No, that's Combs. I apologize. Coming near side. He'll be brought down around the 13-yard line or so. Gain of about a couple of yards. And that'll be second and 13 coming up when we come back. It's the end of the third. We go to the fourth and final. Back in 1 minute. Breathitt County leading 21-7. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
We go to the fourth and final quarter. Breathitt County leads Letcher Central 21-7. Cougars will have it second and 13 at their own 13 when the quarter gets going. As they break the huddle, ball on their left hash. Going to be out of the gun. Empty backfield. Trips to the right. 2 wideouts to the left. Would imagine going to put somebody in motion. There they do from left to right, and he was moving towards the line of scrimmage. That was Smith when the ball was snapped. But Combs keeping it, and he's going to be dropped. Did he get back to the line of scrimmage? I think forward progress did.
We got a flag here. Let's see what the call is.
I hope it's not extracurriculars.
It looked like to me it is.
If it is, maybe it's offsetting. Because otherwise, you had Letcher Central third and 13.
UK football plays Vanderbilt tomorrow. UK's a 13.5-point favorite.
Oh, that's against Letcher Central, unsportsmanlike conduct. And that should take it half the distance to the goal. They're going to drop it at the 7. Where Letcher Central will have it third down and about 19. Best I can come up with.
Stops the clock at 11:47. Bobcats leading 21-7.
So Holbrook out of the pistol with the snap, turns, gives it to, is that Matthews? Not much going there. They'll get it up to the 10. And I want to say that's Matthews. It was. A gain of 3, and it brings up 4th and 16. For Letcher Central, well, they'll be in punt formation. And going back to punt is Smith for the Cougars. Breathitt County will have a couple of guys back. Holland and Turner standing around the Letcher Central 41, 42-yard line.
Clock ticking at 11:11 now in the fourth quarter. Oh,
high snap, but Smith able to get to it. He's going to tuck and run, and a lot of room there. Breathitt County going to come up, try to get him down, and he falls forward for the first.
Oh, mercy.
That's a tough one.
Well, a high snap.
That might have been one of those where if there's room and there was tons of it on that side, take off. And he did. And they're going to mark it down at the 30, 1st and 10 for Letcher Central. And that's a tough one.
Yes, it is. 10:45 now. Gives Letcher Central life.
And we've got a whistle. Timeout on the field. Timeout Cougars. Let's take the timeout with them. Breathitt County with a 21-7 lead here in the fourth. Back in 1 minute. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Letcher Central with a reverse pass.
Oh, wow.
Completed on the far sideline. Who caught that?
Number
13.
Can't see for sure.
Keyston Branham.
Yeah, a 5'10" junior. So some nice play out of that timeout.
Absolutely it was, and it's going to take it down to the 46 of Breathitt County. 10.5 to play, and Breathitt County leading 21-7. Cougars starting to drive, though. And here's a handoff to Howard. He'll get tripped up inside the 40 down at the Breathitt County 39. As the Cougars starting to get some momentum here. It was a gain of 7. Well, they're going to mark it at 38. Gain of 8. I apologize. 2nd and 2. They've got 2nd and 10 on the scoreboard, which is where our graphic pulls that information. Out of the gun. Halfbacks on each side of, I want to say Holbrook. It is Holbrook, as that's Williams.
Got some room.
He got grabbed from behind. He's going to be tackled after he gets the first. Down near the 27 of Breathitt County.
Flags here now. We'll see what's going on.
That's after the play, and it's behind the defense. I'm afraid that one might be against Breathitt County.
Looks that way. Stops the clock at 9:40, 21-7.
Personal foul against the Bobcats.
Good call, Steve.
After a while, you kind of figure out where those flags sit, kind of what they're going to call, all that stuff. They set it down at the 14-yard line. That's half the distance to the goal. And it'll be 1st and 10 at the Breathitt County 14.
You got a pretty good idea.
Out of the gun. Halfbacks on each side of Holbrook in the backfield. There's a snap. Like a counter play to Williams, and he's going to get hit, still on his feet. Breathitt County comes in trying to rip the ball away. Another flag in, and they're ejecting one of Breathitt County's players. Oh, absolutely, they are. Just saw it. Is that Combs? Corey Combs.
I can't see.
Corey Combs is trying to say, what did I do?
We're about to find out. Coach Moore wants an explanation, and so do we.
This is one of those where I think Combs is saying, you've got the wrong guy.
Officials are now discussing.
And that official is adamant that that's who it was and that what he did was ejectable.
So we'll see what the call is.
As they still huddle. I mean, if you're going to eject a guy, you better make sure that that's exactly who needs to be ejected. They're going to call dead ball, personal foul against Breathitt County. Are they ejecting the player? That was the initial call.
Don't think so, are they?
Well, hold on. He's not done. Nope, they are not. No ejection, but the penalty will stand. Take it down to the 3-yard line.
Clock now ticking. 9:25 to play in this game.
First and goal for Letcher Central. Breathitt County still leading 21-7, but that's 21-7 at the moment. Out of the gun. Holbrook with Howard to his right. They put a man in motion from right to left. They give it to Howard. He's hitting the backfield, and there's why that non-ejection is big. That's Corey Combs dropping him for a loss back at the 7-yard line. Loss right around 4.
Good play by Combs. $8:40 to play in this one.
Breathitt County still leading 21-7, trying to protect it, keep it a 2-possession game. Halfback on each side of Holbrook in the backfield. You got Williams left, Howard to his right, one wide out each way. Tight end right side as well. As Holbrook gives it to Williams. Williams cuts up field. He's in the end zone. I believe he is. Touchdown, Letcher Central.
8-13, that score. 8-15 now. The confetti's flying here from Letcher Central.
They're having fun, and that's good, clean fun. At least they're not,
doing something they shouldn't do.
Exactly.
21-13 now.
Extra point could loom large.
A lot of football left to be played here.
As Emma Adams on to attempt the extra point once again. She hit the first one. Hold down, kick is blocked. No good. 21-13, Breathitt County. We'll be back in 1 minute. 8:15 to play in the game. Back in 1. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Breathitt County's lead is 1 possession now with 8:15 to play in the game. Letcher Central will tee it up. Breathitt County got to be careful of an onside kick here. The official has yet to deem it ready for play as the Cougars are huddled up right at the 40-yard line, right in the middle of the field. Now they break.
Fourth and final. Sorry, Steve.
I was going to say, Cornet hasn't really kicked it deep tonight. Kicks it on the ground anyway, and there's squib kick. Breathitt County will get it. That's Caden Bolin at the 42, and he gets hit right where he caught the football at the 42-yard line.
Good job by Bolin to hang on.
I'm going to mark it at the 41. I apologize. So 1st and 10 for Breathitt County. Their own 41. Now, if you're the Bobcats, the ideal situation here would be run clock and score.
At the end.
Yep. I want to thank Brandon Griffith for helping us out with the scores on the ticker at the bottom of the screen. Rick Hensley running the camera for us tonight. Appreciate that as well. Out of the wishbone, Stacy goes under center, hands it to Gibson. Gibson will get it up near the 43-yard line, gain of about 2. A little slow getting up, but it might have just been because he got tangled up with other players while he was on the ground. Mark it just across the 43, shy of the 44. Second, a long 7, we'll say.
7:45 to play.
I believe Betsy Lane may get that ever-elusive win over Prestonsburg. Lead at 19-8 in the third. Out of the gun, Breathitt County. 2 wideouts each way. Stacy with Gibson to his left. They're going to give it on an end around, coming near side to Turner. He's trying to get upfield, try to get to the corner. Cougars did a good job stretching that out, and he'll get it to the 44 and no more. 3rd and 7.
Going out of bounds. We'll stop the clock at 7:21. Boyle County now 42. Lexington Catholic 21.
Boyle County starting to get some distance there. As Leslie County over Paintsville at the moment, 27-16.
And Prestonburg is trailing Betsy Lane.
Yeah, that's what I was saying a minute ago. Betsy Lane may get that ever-elusive win over Prestonsburg.
But he's looking like it.
I'm not sure how many wins they have over Prestonsburg. Not very many, but I'm not sure. Shotgun formation for Breathitt County, 3rd and 7 on the left hash. They lead at 21-13. Cougars show pressure. Bobcats give it to Gibson, going right side. He'll be cut down at midfield, and that's going to be a yard shy of the first. Needed 7, got 6. 4th and 1. I believe Breathitt County may go for it. They lead at 21-13.
Yeah.
Just over 7 to play. Now they're going to bring in the overload formation, it looks like, which is what they do when they give it to Corey out of the Wildcat. They'll overload one side and generally run that way. Letcher Central will call a timeout. 6:41 to play in the game. Breathitt County leads it 21-13. We will take a 1-minute break. Back in 1 minute. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Breathitt County with 4th and 1 from midfield as they're going to fumble it. Stacy's got stepped on coming out from under center, and Gibson falls on it, but it's going to be back at the 47. That was a loss of 3. And turnover on downs by Breathitt County.
Letcher will have good field position to start this drive. 6:37. His field's getting slick, and he said somebody stepped on him. He thought stepped on him.
It looked like he stepped.
Okay.
He had his foot stepped on, and Gibson able to fall on it. But 1st and 10 for the Cougars. Breathitt County leads at 21-13. Defense needs to stand strong. 6:37 to play.
We got a ball game here on the riverbank.
Holbrook in the pistol as Matthews behind him. Put Williams in motion from right to left. Turn, they give it to Matthews. Coming near side, Matthews will get hit and dropped. Right at the line of scrimmage.
6:20 to play in this one.
Second and 10 coming up for Letcher Central. For the county defense, a turnover would be awesome.
Oh,
right here.
yeah.
Going to be in the gun. Empty backfield set, trips to the left. Tight end that way as well. One wide receiver to the right. Holbrook setting up a screen. It got tipped, but Smith able to come down with it, and he'll get it near the 40. You're going to mark it at the 40, and a flag. 2 flags come in late. 3 flags come in late.
Flags here. 3 flags. We'll see what the officials figure out here.
Those, well, let's see.
That will stop the clock at 5:45.
See what they call. I mean, given the way it was, it could have been a face mask because it was right at the end of the play. And whatever it was, officials from different angles saw the same thing. Personal foul, face mask against Breathitt County. Yep,
You called it.
Was. An ejection. Who's ejected? They've been bound to determine the one to eject somebody, and there you go. They were able to do it. Who's this flag on? It's on Breathitt County. Well, may as well get another one while you're at it. I mean, you're marching it down. Just keep marching, right?
5:45, 21-13. Bobcats up here. Flags, the story of this fourth quarter.
So take it to the 12 and then to the 6, if I've got it right. Oh. And if the officials can keep going, nope, they're going to stop. No good. 7.
On the 7, Steve says. So Letcher is cooking here. And you're right, Steve. They've been wanting to eject the Bobcat in the second half. They thought they had Combs.
They finally were able to do it. And that's going to hurt because now that he'll have to miss next week, too, with the big district game against Somerset. Out of the gun. There's a snap. They give it to Williams coming near side. Breathitt County's going to drop him. Any flags? No. Drop it back at the 12. 5.5 to play. Ball will be on the right hash. 2nd and goal for Letcher Central at the Breathitt County 12-yard line.
Good job by Turry and Combs.
Letcher Central has to score a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
5:05 to play.
Holbrook in the gun. He's going to have Williams right side. This is who they like to give it to in these situations. There's a snap. Give goes to Williams going right side. He has some speed. Breathitt County hits him and drops him around the 7, maybe the 8, near the original line of scrimmage.
Under 5 minutes to play now, 4:40.
I'll say 8-yard line. It was a gain of 4, 3rd and goal.
21-13 now. Still, Bobcats leading.
Obviously 4-down territory for Letcher Central here. 3rd and goal for the Cougars at the Breathitt 8. Ball on the left hash. Breathitt County, like James said, it's 21-13 Bobcats. As Williams will be right side of Holbrook. They got a H-back to the right as well. Holbrook rolling right side. Looking into the end zone. Incomplete. Still no flags. Letcher Central's begging for him, and they say no.
He sidearmed that throw.
He did. Probably the only way he could get it through.
Yeah.
So 4th and goal coming up for the Cougars. Ball still at the Breathitt County 8. Again, if you're listening to us on the radio and you want to watch this thing, it's on YouTube.
Yeah. Things have tightened up here on the riverbank.
21-13 Breathitt County. 4th and goal at the 8-yard line. Out of the gun. Holbrook with Williams to his left. Rolling that way. Looking to pass. Complete, but down. He was down. No! They're calling him in the end zone.
3:56, that
My
touchdown.
word. Looked like his knees were down at the 1.
21-19. Bobcats leading by 2. Of course, Letcher will go for 2. Trying to tie this game up with under 4 to play here.
Now they have to go for 2 here. So the offense stays on the field. 21-19 at the moment. Breathitt County leads. I know the graphic may say something else, but it's 21-19 Breathitt County. 2-point conversion attempt here for the Cougars as Williams will be right side of Holbrook. There's a snap. Trying to look for the throwback. That ball is knocked down. They're short. No good. Breathitt County leads 21-19. Back in 1. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
WJSN 97.3. Tingle Mountain Sports. We got a good one here on the Riverbank. Breathitt County 21. Letcher Central 19. Bobcats special teams defense, well, held. One special teams defense just held on that attempted 2-point conversion. 21-19, 3:56 to play. As Letcher kicks off, real quick.
Breathitt County picks it up. Was that Caden Bowling at the 45?
I think it was Caden Bowling.
And Breathitt County will get it near midfield.
Bobcats will try to eat this clock up. Plenty of football left to be played in this one. The fans have got their money's worth, and for you listening on the radio, go to the internet, type in YouTube, WJSN 97.3 Sports Talk, and watch this game. It's a good one.
Mark it down at the Breathitt County 49. 1st and 10 for the Bobcats out of the gun. They're going to give it to Corey Combs. Combs comes left, cuts upfield, goes down at the 49 of Letcher Central. It'd be 2nd and 8 for Breathitt County.
Clock now at 3:30 to play. 3.5. Of course, Bobcats going to take their time here on offense. They'll milk this clock.
Now the clock is ticking. 2nd and 8. They give it to Combs coming near side, following blockers. He'll get it down to the 46 of Letcher Central. Gain of 3, bring 3rd and 5 for Breathitt County.
Steve, how many timeouts does Letcher have on the?
They got 0.
0. Bobcats has 2. Coach Moore trying to err a takedown.
If they can get a first here, pretty well could seal it. Out of the gun. Power set right side of Stacy. There's a snap. They give it to, is that Gibson?
Short, I think.
Oh, he's short. He gets
yards.
it down to the 44. That was Gibson for Breathitt County. There's a gain of 2 on 3rd and 5. Okay, here you go. Breathitt County, 4th down coming up. They'll take a timeout. Let's take a quick 30-second timeout with them. Back in 30. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Breathitt County with 4th and 3 coming up. Will they go for it on 4th down? Looks like the offense is on the field. Let's see if they do the freeze play. They've got 2 timeouts left through the Bobcats. See if they can catch Letcher Central jumping off sides. And that's, I'm sure, one of the things that Coach Matthews went over with his team during that timeout is do not jump. Breathitt County needs 3 yards here on 4th down. Out of the gun, halfbacks on each side of Stacy. Sperry is split wide to the left all by himself. 2:05 to play, and Breathitt County tried to freeze play. They call the timeout. We'll keep it here as it looks like punt team will go on to the field.
It's 2:05 to play, 21-19.
A lot of time on the clock, but no timeouts for Letcher Central. Breathitt County has 1 remaining. 4th and 3 when play resumes. 21-19. Letcher Central missed or had a field goal extra point attempt, blocked. And then when they went for 2 after they scored their last touchdown, they were stopped short as the Bobcats trying to come away with the win and go to 500 on the year. Betsy Lane and Prestonsburg still 19-8 in the 3rd as Leslie County 27-16 in the 4th over Painesville at the moment. 2:05 to play here. Breathitt County leads Letcher Central 21-19. Trying to get the win against the Cougars here.
Corbin, the shutout Hazard 42-0.
Corbin got the win 6-0 against Frederick Douglass last week.
They sure did.
Opening up their newly renovated stadium. A lot of money put in that stadium during the offseason. As Terry in the punt of the way for Breathitt County. There's a snap. Cougars come after it. Terry punts it. Ball bobbled, and Smith will pick it up at the 13-yard line. They'll say 14. And not good field position here for Letcher Central. Flag? Where's the flag? Was there a flag? Yes, there is.
Really? They sure
What
are.
What'd they do? There's a flag.
1:56 to play, 21-19. What's the flag?
It's a good question. This is against Letcher Central. Unsportsmanlike against Letcher Central.
Okay.
So that should take it back to the 7 where they set it down. 1st and 10 for the Cougars. 1:56 to play. Breathitt County clinging to a 21-19 lead over Letcher Central.
Letcher has got a long way to go If they can get there in a hurry.
Out of the gun, trips to the left, wide receiver to the right. As Holbrook looking to pass, rolls left side, got it away and caught by Smith, and he'll be brought down at the 19-yard line.
He jumped a mile against that one.
Breathitt County had good pressure. Clock will stop for him to move the change. We're going to mark it at the 20.
146.
So Holbrook looking to throw again. This ball is caught at the 40. Williams that time.
What's them change? 2-man offense, Steve, here.
2 wideouts each way. Out of the gun. Breathitt County is going to take a timeout, settle that defense down. Let's take a 30-second timeout with them. We will be back in 30 seconds. Breathitt County leads at 21-19. Back in 30. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Breathitt County leads at 21-19. They just used their final timeout, 1:36 on the clock. As Letcher Central trying to drive for a game-winning score. Breathitt County trying to hold on for the win. 1st and 10. Ball at the 41 of Letcher Central. Holbrook looking to pass. Has it complete to Williams, and he'll step out of bounds.
Stops the clock. Smart play by Letcher Central. Stop that clock. 90 seconds to play here.
Got it to the 47. There's a gain of 6. 2nd and 4 coming up for Letcher Central. Out of the gun. Trips to the right. Wide receiver to the left. Empty backfield for Holbrook here and the Cougars. Holbrook rolls right side, looking to throw. It's knocked down by Breathitt County.
Close.
That was Kylan Combs getting his hands on it. Stops the clock at 1:24. 3rd and 4 coming up for Letcher Central.
As they trade footballs out, keep a football drive.
You see the stadium vibrating there.
Yes, the Bobcat fans.
21-19 the score. I know the graphic says 13, but it is 19. Cougars out of the gun. 2 wideouts each way. Holbrook with the snap. Quick throw right left side, and it's complete to Smith. He'll get the first and get out of bounds.
Yeah, flag comes in, Steve.
Where at?
The sideline.
Far sideline. I was looking down when it came out. That's probably a late hit against Breathitt County.
We'll see. 1:20 to play here. Letcher got the first down. We'll see.
Ball sitting at the Breathitt County 48 at the moment, but they're getting ready to walk it on downfield against the Bobcats here.
Yeah, here we go.
Personal foul. Late hit against Breathitt County. I assume late hit. I didn't see it, but again, I looked down to score that.
Officials getting testy. It must be a late hit out of bounds, I'd imagine.
1:20 to play. Breathitt County leads it 21-19. Out of the gun. Holbrook drops straight back. Has Williams over the middle, wide open. Breaking tackles. Dives to the 10.
Oh, mercy.
Clock stopped at 1:06 now.
1:10.
1:10.
What's the mercy?
1st and goal.
These penalties, my goodness.
There's Holbrook dropping back to throw. Breathitt County cut, trying to just drop in coverage here. Now they get him. He's in bounds. And that was Tolson hitting Holbrook hard. They're going to say he went out.
Tolson, what's a hard tackle. 59 seconds to play here on the Riverbank.
He was in bounds when he went down, looked to me like.
21-19.
But either way, it's a loss on the play back to the 12. So it's a sack. Second and goal at the 12-yard line. I know they got, no, it's second and goal. Trips to the right. Holbrook looking to throw. Gets flushed. And it is tipped and caught in the end zone.
Oh, mercy. What a tipped and caught in the end zone.
Who caught that?
Flag on the play.
Oh, that's a sideline warning.
Okay,
they're not going to call anything enforceable over there.
25-21. Did you see that play?
Who caught that?
I thought the play was tapped down. I thought it was dead, but the ball's still live. And a tipped pass, 25-21 now. 4-point lead, 51 seconds. This last part of the fourth half has been a story of just penalties on the Bobcats, and the fans starting to leave here.
Cougars going for 2.
Yeah.
Try to make it a 6-point game.
25-21.
Out of the gun. Johnson will be left side of Holbrook. Put a man in motion from left to right. And Holbrook going to be hit. Dropped for a loss.
He's still, yeah.
2-point conversion, no good. I guess they let it go just to see if they could. Anyway, 2-point conversion attempt, no good. And it's 25-21 Cougars back in 30 seconds. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And welcome back to the Riverbank, WJSN 97.3 Kingle Mountain Sports. Letcher Central has taken the lead here, 25-21, 51 seconds to play. Bobcats has led the whole game, but from about the 6-minute mark on, Steve, in the fourth quarter, been a quarter of penalties. And we had
especially against Breathitt County.
Tincher ejected for this game, and Steve thinks the next 2 games
he'll be at
least one for sure. And but the referees tried to eject Combs before that, and they didn't do anything, so they couldn't eject him. But they got Tincher a few plays later.
Here's Breathitt County on the kickoff. They get it at the 45, and they'll be brought down at the 49.
46 ticks to play, 25-21. I'll tell you what a change of events here on the Riverbank in Jackson, Kentucky.
Well, let's change them right back. We got good field position here.
Got plenty
46
of time.
seconds, down 4, so a touchdown wins it.
Plenty of time here.
Breathitt County going to be out of the gun. Going to put 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 wide receivers to the right. And halfback right side of Stacy. Stacy looking to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Has had it complete to Holland, and he'll get out of bounds. And a late hit over there that's not called. That's the same late hit.
By Holland's getting out of bounds
at midfield.
He fought for that ball.
He did.
He had wrestled away from it.
And he got hit out of bounds, too.
No call on that.
Yeah.
But smart, good football IQ by Holland.
And looks like Holland's coming out. I believe there's might be some blood there.
Carter Holland, number 4.
37 seconds to play. Breathitt County out of the gun. 2 wideouts each way. Stacy with the ball on the right hash, dropping back to pass. Plenty of time here. Can run if he needs to. Steps up. Has a sliding completion to Terry at the 31.
Big time catch by Terry, 34 seconds. Bobcats cooking here. .34 seconds, 25-21. Nice pass by Stacy.
As Stacy will clock the ball with 33 seconds.
25-21.
2nd and 10 for Breathitt County at the Letcher, let's say 32-yard line. What a catch by Terry a minute ago.
Number 5, Bolin into the game as Watkins comes out.
Breathitt County with 2 wideouts each way. Gibson, right side of Stacy.
Flag here.
Did they not get set? Does not look like it.
Was it offside, Steve, or?
No, it was false start against Breathitt County.
False start, okay.
2nd and 15 for the Bobcats.
Backs him up 5 more yards.
Letcher Central 37-yard line, 33 seconds to play. Out of the gun, 2 wideouts each way. Stacy has Gibson to his right. There's a snap. Gibson. It's going to be Stacy looking to throw. Deep down the near sideline for Sperry. It's out of bounds, but he got pushed out of bounds. No call on that.
26 seconds. We're blocked. We couldn't see that last play for the new football den.
Yeah.
Couldn't really see.
Tickle to death that they're getting it.
Oh, yeah, very blessed. 26 ticks.
Whistle on the field. Are they making somebody come out on the defense there? No. Not sure what that was about. Breathitt County will have shotgun formation.
25-21.
What's the question here? Ball on the left hash. 3rd and 10 for, it's going to be 3rd and 15 for Breathitt County. You had the spiked ball on first down. Stacy looking to throw. Pump fakes. Gets it right side to Gibson. Gibson cuts back to his left. Still on his feet. Inside the 30. Breathitt County's got to get to the line of scrimmage.
You got
it. Can't spike it. It's 4th down.
Oh,
you
4th
cannot
down.
spike it.
That's right. You cannot.
Stacy looking into the end zone for Sperry. No call. No flag there. And Letcher Central will win it. Final score 25-21. As we're going to run down some final stats real quick. One stat to mention. Penalties. Letcher Central 5 for 33. Breathitt County 9 for 97.
Oh, mercy.
Rest of the scores this way. Rest of the stats this way. Letcher Central, 255 yards on the ground, 156 through the air, 411 offensive yards, 28 first downs for the Cougars, 206 for Breathitt County on the ground, 89 through the air, 295 total. Breathitt County with 11 first downs. Individual stats for the Cougars. Gunnar Holbrook, 12 of 21 passing, 132 yards, 3 touchdowns. Quentin Williams had the 1 completion for 24 yards, and Peyton Combs 0 for 1, I believe, and actually Holbrook also had the interception. For the Cougars, Williams had 4 receptions for 60 yards and a touchdown. Brett Smith, 6 receptions, 54 yards. I've got him for 2 scores. Gavin Brown, 1 for 8. Isaac Matthews, 1 reception for 10, and Keyston Branham, 1 for 24. On the ground, Led the night by Peyton Combs, 7 carries, 50 yards. Quentin Williams had 7 for 34 and a score. Isaac Matthews, 14 carries, 49 yards. Kobe Johnson, 1 for 4. And Gunnar Holbrook, 3 for 42. And Garrett Howard, 4 for 29. For Breathitt County, Sperry was 0 for 1 passing, did throw the interception. Dylan Stacy, 8 for 13, 89 yards and a touchdown. Receiving for the Bobcats, Tencher, 1 for 32. Terry had 1 for 18. Corey Combs, 2 for 24 and a score. Carter Holland had 1 for 1. Isaac Turner, 1 for -1. Jaden Gibson, 2 for 15. Jaden Gibson leads Breathitt County on the ground rushing, 20 carries, 106 yards. Corey Combs had 9 for 22 and a touchdown. Carter Holland had 3 for... Is that right? No, I don't think that one's right. Dylan Stacy had 1 for -3. Isaac Turner, 2 for 1. And run down some team stats again. I already mentioned the penalties. 5 on Letcher Central for 33 yards, 9 for 97 against Breathitt County, including an ejection that's going to really hurt the Bobcats the next couple of weeks. Breathitt County, 4 of 12 on third down. Got to improve that. You've got to improve that. I agree. Letcher Central, 5 of 11, 3 on 6 on fourth down for the Cougars. Breathitt County, 1 for 5. Breathitt County ran 55 plays, 295 yards, an average of 5.4. Letcher Central, 65 plays, 411 yards, an average of 6.3. Once again, final score tonight, Letcher Central defeats Breathitt County 25-21 in what was a thrilling football game, but not so much on the ending for the Bobcats.
Yeah, Bobcats led this game almost the entire game, but Bobcats had to rebound pretty quick. District play starts next Friday as Somerset comes into town. Next Friday at 7:30. Somerset playing Lincoln County. But just a tough loss for the Bobcats, but they have to bounce back. District play, I guess season number 2 starts next Friday.
Yeah, and I believe without the services of Tencher after what happened tonight.
And, Steve, season's now more than halfway through. But a lot of football left to be played. And like you said, some correctable mistakes the Bobcats can mend going forward. But this Letcher Central team is a solid football team. They're a very solid team. Played Raceland pretty close first of the season. Actually much closer than the final score of 20-40 indicated, but the Bobcats played well most of the game until the penalties and flags just disrupted this offense.
I do want to mention Carter Holland, 3 carries, 60 yards, and a touchdown. He had the one that he broke for the touchdown.
Yeah.
So, 3 carries for 60 yards for Carter Holland. Once again, final score tonight, Letcher Central defeats Breathitt County 25-21. And I want to thank Brandon Griffith for helping us out with scores and the ticker on the bottom of the screen.
Sandman.
Yep.
We had scores going both ways.
Rick Hensley, thanks for running the camera for us tonight. Also for John Couch, who helps with volleyball a lot too. Lance Turner, thank you, Kevin Davidson, for running the board for us back at the station. For John Bunn, my colleague to my right, James Turner. I'm Stephen Neese. God is good.